Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about animals. Now, as far as animals goes, let's go into your store and you'll be able to under construction, you'll be able to find animals. You have your cows, horses, pigs, sheep, chickens, and bees and others. Now, as far as the cow pens go, there's various different cow pens to choose from. You have so let me purchase this land real quick. Bye. And let me give myself a little bit more money. There you go. Let's go back in here. You have various different cow pastures. You have this one, then you have this style, and this one. Now, the differences between them all is these first three, they don't have the automation robot. You would have to mix your feed and put it into the cow pen manually. So, the only differences between this one, that one, and that opened one are how many cows can go in there. So let's only deal with these over here. But first, I guess I'll show you the open one so you can see what it looks like. It's right here. So you can tell it's pretty small. It's not going to hold as many cows. But if you're really wanting to start a cow farm, you'd probably want something bigger. And as far as some of these two, this one versus that one over there has a robot that mixes your food, and this one you have to mix your food yourself. So first let's just buy some cows, and okay, there we go. And I'm gonna go do the same for this one. There we go. Now, as far as the food goes, with this one, with the robot, it makes it simple because all you have to do is put in grass, straw, and silage. And you're also going to need, which it doesn't tell you really easily, but you'll need some mineral supplements, and you'd pretty much place them right there. Here, I want to grab a mineral supplement real quick. Mineral feed right here. Now what you would do with that is you'd place it right here, and as you can tell, the building's already eating it up, and you're going to want more than that. What it basically does, it makes the robot work. It'll help increase the yield, or the how effective the feed is. Now, like I said, you'd have to put silage, straw, and grass in here to get it to work, and it'll automatically mix it for you. So you can just put bales in there, or you can use a forage wagon and just dump it in there. But as far as this one goes, you actually have to um, manually dump the stuff here. Like for example, let me put a. Now let's see. Animals. You'd find the animal stuff under animals here. Um, you have stuff to where you can move your milk and some water and other stuff. But as far as the mixing goes, it's this stuff right here. You would buy one, and then to mix it, you would drop bales into it. So let me show that to you real quick. Me personally, I like the robot one, but However you want to do it is really up to you. And yes, I know I placed these buildings on a field. I really don't care on this map. Now, what we need here is bales. Okay, so let's buy some bales. You need grass, silage, and straw. I don't see grass here. So I'm just going to use my cheat menu, and I'll drop some bales down. Add bales. So you have grass and straw and some silage. I'm honestly surprised it actually is just standing there. Ugh. Let's topple it down. Okay, so you'd use a forklift or front loader for this. And you just drop it in using a front loader. But I don't feel like pulling out a front loader for this, so I'm just gonna do it using super strength. And drop in some grass. Thought it needed grass. Yeah, right there. Got too much straw. Okay. For some reason, it's not taking the grass. For this one, did they make it hay? Yeah. The other one you can use grass. At least for the robot, I swear you can use grass. Now, you can use mineral feed, but it's only an option. It's not a requirement. So if you want to use that, that's really up to you. There we go. Now, I need more. As you can see in the menu here on the left, it'll tell you the ratios, and it brought the straw down a bit. I need to put in either some more hay or some silage, and I'm gonna put in some more silage. Okay, now it's full, and it's still too hay rich. There is a specific way to do this. I'm just dumping it out on the ground so the mixture gets a little bit better. Okay, there we go. I still had the silage in, there's a silage bale in there, that's why it's still full. But, now as far as the tipping goes, you can change which side you want to tip. I'm going to keep it on the left, that's why I'm driving in from this side. But it's really up to you. So you would go in here and you would just tip. it. Now, if we go into the animal section, which is in the main menu, right there, animals, right here, we put in a total mixed ration, which is what we created, and for the cows to eat on. Now, you don't have to use TMR, but TMR is honestly healthier for the cow. It's a little bit better. And the next thing you're going to need is really depending on what kind of products you want. If you want solid manure for if you wanted to use solid manure in your fields, or if you wanted to sell solid manure to the BGA or something, you would need straw. If you add straw, you'll get out solid manure, but if you don't add straw, you'll get slurry. So it's really depending on what you want to do. Slurry can be used in a spreader to also spread on your field, or it can be used to be taken to the BGA. And so whichever you choose is really up to you. But if you do choose to put in straw, it's probably best if you go back here in the store and go look under animals, and you will see one of these. They'll break down your bales, straw bales, and it'll spread it in there for you. So let's grab a straw bale and drop it in. Oh, I forgot to unhook that. Anyway. Okay. Now, we would want to we'll need to drive in from this side this time. Because if you can see the pipe, it's pointing to the right. See if I can sneak past here. There we go. Okay. Now, straw. No, it pretty much spreads it in there on its own. You don't have to move around at all. And we're almost empty. Now, let's go back to the animal menu. Now you can see we have straw added, and it's going to produce slurry. So, whichever one you want to do is really up to you, slurry or manure. So, actually, sorry, since we added the straw, it should produce regular manure, not slurry. I apologize. I don't know why it's not saying the solid manure here, but it should produce regular manure and not slurry. Now, I don't know where the manure goes to. Anyway, as far as the other one goes, this one's a little bit easier to deal with a robot, because like you said, you put your mineral feed here, and then you would put some bales here. Let's grab some bales. Now, I grabbed some. Okay. Now, grass would go in here. I guess it is hay. I apologize. Wasn't it FS19 that required grass as well? I don't know why I'm thinking grass. There we go. Now there's hay. And for this one, you put in straw. And silage. Boom. Now the machine should work automatically mixing it, and it should automatically put it in here, which is this one. I know it doesn't say that it has any in here. It's because the game's really not moving very fast. We fast forwarded just a smidge. I mean, let's say let's go an hour. There we go. You can actually kind of hear the computer kick in. But as you can see right now, see, it has food. And it's going to continuously produce PMR until you run out of one of these ingredients that are in here. As you can see, the computer's doing its job. Automatically making cow food. Now, there is another type of food, pig food, I believe it was, that you can make. And I actually haven't really dealt with pigs because I am I'm more into getting milk than I am getting just selling the pigs after a while. So I don't really place pig farms on the field, but I do know there's pig food. As far as what goes into pig food, I will show that in a second. What am I doing? No, not animal dealer, construction. Here we go, animals, pigs. Now here you do not have one with a robot, so you just have three different sizes. And you can go back in here. Actually, I think I need to buy some animals for it first. Now, if you buy animals directly at the pasture, you'll have to pay for a delivery fee. So, if you want to save the money, you can, if you want to do more role play, you can go here under animal transport and get one of these transports. But that's really up to you, up to your play style. Okay. Now that we put pigs in there, as you can see, it's asking for, you have base food, grain food, protein, and root crops. Um, the best thing to do is you can easily buy this food as well. If I can find it, right here, pig food. Now, I know there's some mods that'll help you make pig food, and I swear you could mix, at least I swear you could mix it back in FS19. But here I am not really seeing the option. Let's hook up a trailer to it. There we go. Grab this empty one. Now, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you can mix the pig food yourself. And I swear you could in FS19, but you can buy pig food or you can feed the pigs, grain, protein, root crops. As you can see at the bottom, it says pigs can be sold for a profit. Pigs eat nearly anything. You can feed them corn, wheat, barley, canola, sunflower, soybeans, potatoes, sorghum, and sugar beets. Additionally, they require water. This animal has reached its breeding age. Animals that are healthy are yada yada yada. Um, you can buy animals when they're young or when they're an adult. I just purchased these as adult. If you look at the animal store, you can see here age 6 months and age 0 months. Um, if you want to raise them yourself, you'll save a little bit of money, but you'll have to basically feed them up until they're grown. Um, and then you also have, for animals, you'll have horses, sheep, chickens, and bees and dogs. Dogs don't really do anything. They're mostly just for a decoration. Bees actually help improve the yield on your fields, and so you would just place a beehive next to your field, or even in the middle of the field if you really want it in the middle of the field. And then back at your farm, you would place the beehive pallet location. That's where the pallet will spawn, and that's all you have to do. And when that pallet gets filled, you should move the pallet out of the spawn location. Otherwise, a new pallet will not be able to spawn, and you'll lose money. In the mod hub, you'll find these pallet locations that are bigger, so that'll support more pallets and even pallets that stack. I highly recommend getting those if you want to have bees. And chickens, you can feed them various different grains and they'll produce eggs. Sheep, you'll feed them, grass, hay, and they'll produce wool, which you can use at one of the production points. And pigs, the only thing they're good at is poop and meat. And horses, I've never actually done horses, but from what I understand with horses, in FS19 you could ride them, or there was a mod that would enable you to ride them. I really do not remember that one. Um, so let's give that let's take a look at that. Let's buy some horses, and let's look here what they eat. As you can see, there's a bunch of different horses, and they'll eat hay, oat, and sorghum. So base food would be oats and sorghum and hay, if you can tell. And straw is the same thing as the cows. That's pretty much with all all pens. Straw makes solid, and no straw makes slurry. Or at least that's how it was in FS19. And this is probably where the poop would go. Um, Now, in FS19, you could ride them, which you can in FS20. Now, you see where it says in the top left corner of my screen and under controls, you'll see where it says riding 3%. You would ride them and you'll get it to 100% and they'll become more profitable. Now, I don't know how to make them go faster. Apparently, horses can just walk over fences in this game. I would love to have a sprint for this, for the horse. But yeah, you would get it to you would just ride them until they're 100%. Well, apparently they get faster as they get higher in riding skill. But if you want to make a profit with horses, you'd buy them when they're, you'd buy some horses and you'd breed them and they'll come up, they'll have babies, and then you would ride those babies. When they get to 100%, you would sell them and you could make a pretty decent profit. I haven't actually done it because I've done more sheep and cows. Um, that's what I have. So anyway, as far as which animals you go, they all have their perks and they all have their benefits. I like cows for the milk and I like the sheep for the wool, which I use for productions. Um, I'll be talking about productions in my next video, so stay tuned for that. I came back to this video real quick because I forgot to mention about the solid manure. And the only pens that produce any kind of manure are cows and pigs. If you put straw in either of them, you get solid manure, and if you don't, you get slurry. Now, each of those pens have their own slurry storage, but they do not have a solid manure storage. So you have to place down a manure heap. You have to place it near the pen that you want the manure from. I tried placing it further away to see if it would work, and it didn't. Um, so if you want any kind of manure or solid manure, you have to place one of these bunkers down. Where you can find them under construction and under silos, and they're right here. There's also a liquid manure tank, but that's only as a main storage. So you could go to each of, as you can see if you can see my mouse, that would right there is a slurry output for the cows. You would go there, grab slurry, and then take it to your slurry tank wherever you place that. But for solid, you actually have to place a manure heap near the pen because um, I have yet to find a manure storage for the cow pens. I mean, I thought it might be in here. I at first thought it might be in here, um, but it did not. It did not fill with manure. Um, so yeah, you need to place down a manure heap. So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please leave me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. And if you'd like me to cover a certain topic or make a video on a certain topic, please leave it down in the comments, and I will um, do my best to make a video for you. So I'll see you next time, and have a nice day.